Welcome to Whiter Brains. Tonight, we're talking about synthetic meat, the food of the future, hailed as a miracle solution to climate change and animal suffering. Imagine a guilt-free burger, a cruelty-free chicken nugget, a technological marvel that could feed the world. But what if this futuristic food, grown in pristine labs, is actually the perfect breeding ground for something far more sinister? Could the process designed to create clean meat also be uniquely vulnerable to deadly infections? Tonight, we peel back the shiny label on lab-grown meat to reveal what's bubbling underneath. This isn't just about what's for dinner. It's about whether dinner is for you or for the bacteria hitching a ride on it. Imagine meat without cows. No slaughter, no environmental cost. Lab-grown meat promised to end animal cruelty and pollution. Billions poured in, labs raced to create beef, chicken, and fish from cells. Headlines celebrated the first synthetic burgers. But as science advanced, doubts grew. Is this future as safe as we hope? Or are cracks already showing? How do you make meat without an animal? It's called cellular agriculture. Start with a sample of animal cells. Think of it as a tiny, painless pinprick. These cells are placed in a bioreactor, a high-tech vat that acts as an artificial womb. Inside, the cells are fed a nutrient-rich growth medium, proteins, vitamins, sugars, salts. The bioreactor mimics the animal's body, and the cells multiply into muscle fibers. These fibers are harvested and shaped into burgers, sausages, or chicken strips. The process is clean and precise, designed to be a closed loop, sealed off from the outside world. In theory, it's safer than a muddy field or crowded barn. But here's the catch. That nutrient-rich environment is paradise for bacteria and viruses too. If a single microbe sneaks in, it can multiply explosively, contaminating an entire batch before anyone notices. The sterile dream can become a microbial nightmare in an instant. The very system designed for purity could be the world's most efficient pathogen incubator. One tiny breach, and the consequences could be catastrophic. This isn't just a hypothetical. Scientists are already sounding the alarm. In 2024, EU researchers found Listeria and Salmonella in test batches of cultured meat. These aren't minor bugs. They're dangerous pathogens that can cause severe illness or death, especially in vulnerable people. Finding them in a product marketed as ultra-safe is a catastrophic failure. On a farm, animals have immune systems to fight off infections. Lab-grown meat has none. It's just a mass of cells in a tank, no defenses, no resistance. If a pathogen gets in, it multiplies unchecked. The bioreactor becomes a free-for-all for bacteria. This is a fundamental vulnerability the industry rarely discusses. The image of the pristine lab hides a defenseless environment. These early warnings are not minor setbacks. They're glaring red flags. The fortress of sterility is not impenetrable. When breached, the result isn't just spoiled product. It's a potential public health disaster. Contaminated meat could be packaged, shipped, and served before anyone realizes the danger. The canary in the coal mine is singing. Are we listening? Contamination is a real risk, but some scientists fear something even worse: breeding superbugs. Bioreactors could accelerate the evolution of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. We could be fast-tracking tougher, more resilient pathogens, and scale makes it worse. Imagine a single microbe contaminating a swimming pool's worth of meat slurry. Contaminated batches could be shipped worldwide before anyone notices. One mistake could have catastrophic, far-reaching consequences. Surely you'd think there are strict regulations to keep us safe. Think again. Global regulation of lab-grown meat is a chaotic patchwork, a wild west of food safety. Many countries don't even know which agency should oversee it. Is it meat? Is it a novel food? No one agrees. The technology is moving faster than the rules. Standards vary wildly. What's approved in Singapore might not pass in the US or EU. Companies can shop for the weakest safety standards and export globally. Without standardized inspection and labeling, consumers are flying blind. You have no way of knowing if your cultured chicken came from a state-of-the-art lab or a corner-cutting operation. The industry lobbies for vague, uninformative labels. Clean meat, with no details. This regulatory vacuum is a dream for industry, a nightmare for public health. We're running a global experiment on our food supply, with almost no safety net. It's tempting to dismiss synthetic meat as too risky, but we can't. The environmental crisis synthetic meat aims to solve is only getting worse. Traditional animal agriculture is a top driver of emissions, deforestation, and water use. We desperately need alternatives. On paper, synthetic meat could slash land, water, and emissions by over 90%. That's a game changer for the planet. But the same technology carries new, poorly understood public health risks. We're forced to weigh one existential threat against another. Do we risk a new pandemic for a shot at saving the climate? There are no easy answers, only difficult trade-offs. The path forward is a tightrope, not a highway. The innovations meant to save us from one disaster could lead us into another. The stakes couldn't be higher. This all sounds alarming, but the goal isn't panic, it's action. There are clear steps to make synthetic meat safer. First, mandatory, independent, third-party testing for every batch with public results. No more companies marking their own homework. Second, honest, transparent labeling. Clean meat is marketing fluff. Labels should state lab-grown or cell-cultured, with a QR code linking to safety data. Third, international safety standards. A burger in Boston should meet the same checks as one in Berlin. Global cooperation is essential, no more regulatory loopholes. Random, unannounced inspections must be the norm. As consumers, practice cautious curiosity. Ask questions, demand transparency, support open brands. Remember, lab-grown doesn't mean safe, it means different risks. Ultimately, safety systems must be robust, not left to individuals. An informed public pressures governments and companies to do better. We can't accept a food system that gambles with our health, no matter how green it looks. Synthetic meat could still be revolutionary, if safety is the top priority. Without trust, the whole experiment fails. The future of food depends on getting this right. Let's demand it. So where does that leave us? With a technology full of promise and peril, synthetic meat could help fight climate change, but only if we demand safety and transparency. The labs of the future could feed us, or unleash new dangers. Progress must be responsible, not reckless. The future of food is still being written. Let's make sure we're the ones holding the pen. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay safe, and subscribe for more.